we can use the gateway to expose REST endpoints as a GraphQL API. And to do that, we use the same API doc object that we use for the developer portal, but this time we provide like a GraphQL schema definition. So you see like it's a standard schema definition. So we provide that through this API doc object. And we then need to create what we call a GraphQL resolver map. The idea here is to define as code declaratively how to resolve these different fields, right? How do we get this product and review and so on. Some other GraphQL solution, they allow you to write some JavaScript code or other languages to define how to get this data, which is very powerful but very complicated to maintain. Here it's fully declarative, and we leverage the JQ capability to make some advanced transformation on the data that we receive. So here we say when we have this query product for home, we send a request to the product page service using this path, and to be able to get the product fields, like the reviews field for example, we get the parent ID that we received here, and we send a request for example the reviews service with this ID, and when we get a response we take the reviews part of the response, and that's a very simple transformation. But for example in the ratings we do much more, as you can see here, right? We send a request to the rating service, and we really do a nice advanced JQ transformation to get that data in the format that makes sense. So as you can see, we don't have to write any code, and anyone can read this and understand what's going on. So we apply this, and finally we deploy this GraphQL schema that is where we indicate the API doc and the resolver map we want to use. So that's combine these two elements together, if you wish. And after that we can create a route table like we do when we expose our APIs or UIs and so on. But here you see the target is this GraphQL schema, and you have a matcher here. You know, that's, for example, if the request starts by this prefix /GraphQL, then send to this GraphQL API that we have just defined. So you can use any GraphQL tool after that to validate that everything is working, but you can also use curl and provide your query that way. So I want to query my GraphQL API for the products for home, and I want, and this is the beauty of GraphQL, you can tell what you want to get back. Here I want to get the title, the rating, and for each rating I want to get the reviewer and the number of stars. So I can copy this and execute that command, and you see I get the response I was expecting. You can even do that through the UI. So for that you need to create a course policy so that the UI is allowed to send this request even if the URL is going to be different, right? Because we have opened the UI with a port forward. So this is the URL of the UI, and now I want to access this GraphQL API, and I want to explore this API here. And to do that, it's going to send a request to a different endpoint, right? So I'm not going to send that to this endpoint here, but to the same one that we use when we want to access the HTTP bin application, for example, right? So that should be something like this one, but this time it's with this GraphQL endpoint like that. So I can just get this set, and then I can take my query that is here, like this products for home query, you see here, right? So that's the query I'm going to use, and I can just like set it that way, and I should be able to run that query. So let me just try to probably, yeah, I have too many of these things. Now that makes sense, and I can, you see, if I want to add the ID, for example, here, then I can use this API Explorer to check what data I can get and to test out my GraphQL API.